Right, it's that time again, people. Yes, we welcome you to another edition of Connecting the Dots on DBS Radio. It's a vibe this morning. Somebody going Dominica, maybe Fat Saturday. Ra will tell us later on what that means. But it's time now for Connecting the Dots. It surely is a pleasure to be with you again for yet another day as we wind down Carnival 2024 Mass Dominic in Dominica. Carnival Monday, Tuesday coming up, and then that's it. But the vibes is on. Connecting the dots. Let me join my co-pair, Nigel Francis. Nigel, bonjour, good morning.
Hey, bonjour. Comment are you?
I'm fine. Well, Nigel, not really fine, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, you'll be fine in the next.
Man,
you'll be fine in the next couple minutes.
Yes, I hope. I really hope. You know, sometimes
Yes.
how you look is not how you feel. But anyway, let's see what goes. Let's see how we can cross that hurdle.
Yes, we shall cross that bridge.
Yeah, man. Nigel, best I take that out, man, Nigel. I put a mask with Nigel.
But let me see.
But if it's making me feel uncomfortable, it's like my eyes. I have to squeeze my eyes. Yeah. But they didn't make that for me, man. What? How are we? I'll take that out just.
But you have your sensei, you don't be uncomfortable.
I should have put the sensei. I wrong.
You should have put the sensei.
All that to do
Yes.
Put my sensei and my big guns.
Yes. I put my sensei and dry outside. It was raining yesterday, so that's a problem, right? You know.
But you looking like a carnivalist there, with Nigel.
Yes.
What?
I just coming from sunrise. Sunrise and white. Yes, I just coming so but I'm here.
All right, that's nice to know. It's nice to know. Yes. We should have good vibes with the Rancote himself. And it's really a pleasure to be on this morning, connecting the dots. As I said, Nigel, the activities are winding down. Monday and Tuesday going to come so fast, and then that's it.
And then that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot of rain now, Nigel. A lot of rain.
Well, you know, I mean, I hope the rain will, you know, that's today will be the rain, and then that means, later this evening will be dry, and Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, good weather. So I'm hoping that's what happens.
I hope so. Well, for myself, I'm gonna try to stay inside this year though. So,
You're
but
going to try.
yeah, it's the kind of rain that tells you it might rain for the other days. I don't know. There's sometimes when you look at the rain, but then you never know. It's a tropical island.
Yes,
so
but rain
we'll
never
see.
stop a jam yet, so it's okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Rain not going to stop our carnival.
Yeah, it should not. So Nigel, I tell you, we're expecting something big with Ra, and he came with company. We'll tell you about that in a short while as well.
Whoa.
And so it should be a nice vibes. And Ra himself, very professional, always on time, want to get the job done, and want things to go nicely. So it's a vibe. It's a vibe. Tonight, Nigel, the big night.
It's gonna be a good vibes.
Big night tonight. Yeah. 9 meeting trilogy, the king, the reigning monarch. So let's see what happens.
Yes. Tonight is the night where the 10 finalists decide to separate from each other, and one of them will be crowned Calypso monarch.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's going to be an interesting night. It's going to be a good night.
Should be very interesting.
Should be a very exciting one, an entertaining one, and we certainly hope every single one of the Calypsonians will go out there and do their best, and give us what we're paying for and what we're looking for, and all the rest of it.
Yes, the Calypso controversy continues, but that is expected. Without controversy, maybe the Calypso will not thrive as it normally does every year. So.
Yes. I was a little concerned that, we were coming towards the end of the season and we didn't have that big of a controversy.
You were waiting for Dave and Nigel. What?
Yes. It's always good to have that, Keeps the art form going and keeps the Calypsonians on their toes and, keep the vibes rolling.
Yeah,
so,
man.
Yes. Artistic expression. Let it roll. Let it free it up.
Yes. Nigel, I tell you.
We shall see.
Yeah, but that's the time. So much I remember back in the day, when things were different, when the traditional aspect was, upheld to a very, very high standard. We still have, a lot of it, yes. But I remember in particular, Nigel, on Sunday, that carnival event with the float parade on Carnival Sunday afternoon, I think at the Windsor Park. The business places and the various organizations would build very creative, large costumes, attractive floats, and that was just something else with a special theme as well. So I really miss that aspect of it.
And it was something to look forward to. So you would see all the different floats well decorated, and as you said, different themes going through, and people would go. Business spaces would look forward to that. You would see them starting to do the decorations from the day before and early morning.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Getting ready to showcase what they have. At their particular business. So, it's one of those that we probably have to try and see how we can,
bring
get back going again.
Yes, bring back and
get the
have
vibes
it
rolling for that,
normally on the opening parade, you'll find, one or two businesses with their floats, but I'm talking about that huge spectacle we used to have, set aside for that very purpose.
Just for that.
Yes, just for that.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that probably
used to be another feature. Yeah, definitely so.
And the costume builders, the costume designers, they would be even more busy around that time, because apart from making costumes for the street parade on Monday and on Tuesday, and for the carnival queen pageant and the other pageants, they also had to design, for the float parade. So that was really good. So I remember guys like Danley Guy, Dr. Lennox Honeychurch, Alwyn Booley.
Alwyn Booley.
There was this guy, Clarence Douglas.
Clarence Douglas.
Yes. Curtis Gordon would have done a lot for Carnival Corner as well.
Michelle Raffou.
Right.
Later on.
Yes. So much I remember. But Nigel, we're not going to talk much now. We're not going to talk much. So let's pray and bring on our guests.
You have to say congratulations to Miss Dominica.
Oh, yes. How can I forget? Yes.
So, congratulations to Kiana and all the other wonderful contestants. And, of course, Nikes and Moranci, and Georgina and all those who took part. All the 6 lovely young ladies who participated.
Yes.
So congratulations
to all of you. You are all winners in your own rights. And those who took part in the teen pageant as well. And all the shows through the carnival. Congratulations to all of you. Your participation, said a lot about you wanting to ensure that you play a major part, and we uphold traditional aspects of our carnival and all of that. So congratulations. Nigel, let's pray and bring him on. You have the prayer, right?
Running the
Amazing.
prayer. Oh, you see the same thing.
I'm looking for the.
Let me have it.
So whilst I look for the prayer, you can check what's happening on the book, Nigel.
Well, on the book, it's going nice. First of all, let's say happy birthday to Edwina. She wants to remind us it's a birthday today. So, of course, in Houston, Texas, happy birthday to you, my dear. Hope you have a great Sam Nigwa. Hope you have enjoy your birthday today. Glenda Shillingford reminds us that Rise always on time. Punctuality is a second name. So definitely so. Rosalind Severin McLean, good morning to you. Winnie Green, Bourgeois Yvonne Nigels. She tell us, Salam alaikum. Okay, Papa.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, she's telling us good morning and peace be unto you.
Yes, hello.
Glenda, of course, Glenda Castle, good morning to you. Snapper Laura, always around. Bonjour. Jennifer Gordon, good morning to you. Sonia Williams, good morning. Pleasant Saturday to you as well. Of course, connecting with us and letting us know there's a little bit of rain. Josephine John Lewis, and of course, everybody else. Good morning, good morning. We'll go through it as the day go by, but I think we're ready to pray, right?
Yes, I think I got the prayer, Nigel. You have it, or you want me to go ahead?
You can go ahead.
All right, so let me take a inhale and exhale, right? Okay, prayer for connecting the dots. Heavenly Father, creator of mankind and the universe, we thank thee for the gift of life today and all the blessings you continue to bestow on your children. We seek your presence and intervention throughout this program, and we ask that you keep us connected always. We also pray for the success of the program, its coordinators, its hosts and listeners, that they may find purpose and enjoy what we share. Bless our radio station and the nation, and may we grow to love and unite with each other, irrespective of our differences. All this we ask in your name, now and forever. Amen.
Amen.
Yes, Nigel. Where do we go to now?
For that? Yes.
So what happens now, Nigel? We're going to bring on the guy, right?
What happened? We finished up. Oh, but good morning to you, Anna. Yes, Janet. Thanks for letting me know that. Blessed memory as well. Of course, she's looking down upon me, my dear mom. Miguel Murphy and everybody else who logged in. Good morning. Jen Coffee, good morning. And so many other people, good morning, good morning. Nice to connect, you know. Miguel is a guy we have to have back on Connecting the Dots.
Of course.
Actually, we've never had him, I think. So, Miguel, look forward for that invite later on this year. We're going to connect with you, all right?
Sure.
All right.
Okay,
ready
Nigel.
To rock and roll, ready to roll,
yes.
ready to...
Well, Nigel, that thing are betting me there, boy. Yes, sir. Why can't I open my eyes? You know, they did not make that for Caribbean people, man. We have big eyes, you know. Small eyes, like... Let me not say that way. Anyway... Yes, it is really a pleasure. I mean, this is the highlights of Connecting the Dots when we bring on our guests. Seriously. And we have been saying over and over again that we have so much talent in Dominica. So much talent. And sometimes I feel that some of the younger talent, they do not do enough research and find out the role that those who have laid the foundation, who would have laid the foundation for them, what role they played. Very often these people are not recognized enough. They are underrated a lot of times, so to speak. Now, Derrick Peters is one. Wow. He's a lot. He's a lot. You know, we normally refer to him. In fact, I call him the raconteur. He's a gifted raconteur in music. When you listen to his songs closely, you'll realize that he has the ability to regale his listeners with riveting songs and lyrics. So that is rare. That is rare. And he's usually funny as well, you know, and in good taste, because he uses the nuances of the local dialect, what we have in Dominica, and he puts that in songs. So you can relate. Right, Nigel? I know you get that vibe as well.
Oh, definitely. Definitely so. Yes.
And he does, you know, sometimes it's dramatic, but he does that with a flair. Like only Ra can do it, seriously. And I'm not just saying this for flattery or anything like that. We have to say that as it is. Ra is a very good raconteur. He's good at recounting, but he's much more than that. He's much more than a Bouyon artist. When we talk to Ra, we'll hear about Harambe and the other things that Ra is so passionate about, the things that he would have done in the past and continues to do in terms of upholding the culture. So, Nigel, it is with pleasure that we welcome Derrick Peters, right, Nigel? We're going to bring him on.
We do. You know, yes. Good morning to you, my brother. Welcome to Connecting the Dots. We'll talk about theater, we'll talk about PAT, we'll talk about so many things we have to talk about. You know what I mean? We'll talk about Route, they're selling his stuff from when it used to be back then and everything else. But good morning to you. Love to have you joining Connecting the Dots this morning, my brother.
Yeah, good morning to everybody listening. And first of all, I want to give the Most High, full respect and, thanks for the blessing that He's bestowed on all of us, in great and small ways. Blessing us with so many things, with talent, with a lovely island like Dominica that has so much history and so much to talk about and so much talent, the blessings that, you bestow on us, each one of us, we may have our little differences, but no, we cannot disregard His blessings. So we want to give thanks and praises. And the word is Assalamu alaikum. I didn't say Assalamu alaikum and all kind of Assalamu.
Well, I normally say Assalamu alaikum. I really thought it was that. But
Assalamu alaikum. Okay, so it's peace and
there's
blessing.
A wa. You see,
wa
alaikum.
Wa alaikum. Okay. Yeah, so to my brothers and sisters, the Muslim brothers and sisters out there, Assalamu alaikum. So, boy, so much to talk about, as Nigel would say, and Ivona would say, So as we go along, so we'll discover and connect the dots.
All right, definitely.
That's it. We're going to connect. So, let's take it from the beginning. For those who may not know, we always like to, to find out from, what part of Dominica is Ra from?
Well, I was born in Roseau, PMH. But again, I never disregard my roots. My mother is born in Rosalie, but came down to Roseau since she was like 7 years old. So she basically practically, or what kind of terminology you like to use, from Roseau. My father, same thing. My father is from Grand Bay, born in Berwick, and he's been in Roseau about the same time, about the same age, 7 years, and grew up. I should talk about my father a little bit because as it's carnival time, I feel a little passionate about carnival because he was one that used to be who recalls the JCs back in the days, and he was the one there doing all the construction for the stage and all that for the Queen shows. So I was privileged to follow him from a very tender age, going from place to place, whether it be in the Botanical Gardens or in the Windsor Park as it used to be before. Not much technical wing because more or less Carnival City used to be in Windsor Park, the old Windsor Park, not the stadium and the forecourt and all kind of a fancy name. So he was very, he had a big part playing in constructing the stage. I remember back in the day when I was a little youth, then you used to get, back in the day, guys from the prison to help construct, So that time I was going to Roseau School, which I really didn't like the name, Roseau School.
Hey, excuse me.
I didn't like the name. Roseau School, for boys who were going to Roseau School, it really doesn't fit. So that's one of the reasons why I asked my father. We was teaching in Goodwill School at the time that I really wanted to transfer, apart from other reasons, but that was one of my main reasons. Yeah, so my mother was from Rosalie, as I said before. And of course, we connected with our people from Rosalie, which eventually were taken off the estate and some were sent to River Cyric and Grand Fort. So the culture stayed right there with the team and the l'histoire and of course the quadrille because most of my family used to be doing quadrille and stuff like that. My aunts, uncles, cousins and all the rest of them, they were in that group. So of course they used to come down for what we used to call National Day back in the day, which turns to Independence and all Statehood Day and all the rest of it, but always on the 3rd of November. And they would come down and they would really give everybody else in quadrille a run for their money because to me, they were the best. And I really didn't have so much of an interest in it, but just a reason for getting out the house. I used to follow them all about, so they would be doing things in Goodwill School back in the day, performance in Goodwill School or in Parish Hall, So that's just part of the story. And of course, I cannot leave out a man like Bo because Bo used to be giving me a lot of them team and the l'histoire and them kind of things, yeah, So I must touch on Bo, yeah.
Nice. So I mean, we're gonna get into but there's so much to cover, bro. In that space of time. but just growing up in the Roseau area, and you go Roseau Girls School, of course, which I went to, which I didn't like to, but good. Just in that particular time frame there, Roseau Girls School and primary school and so on. Just give us a general idea. What was it like? I mean, were you involved in sports, or were there like concerts, or what was going on?
Well, fortunately, unfortunately, I don't know how to put it. I was never really privileged to do like cricket and football and stuff like that. But no, music was like part of me, from very small, And some people say they hear that story a couple of times, but as we do, we start from the beginning, so you could get exactly, where we're coming from, and going to. I start played from 2 years and 7 years. I start like doing like performance. I remember when I do that concert with Gaylord's Power Union at Arrock Cinema. Of course, by the riverside was very special to me because there we made our drums. We couldn't afford to buy a drum set. To come by a drum set was kind of difficult. So we did what we call. Well, I describe it as lapoplastic because we used to build our drums from butter tins, old oil drums to get the big bass. And we'd go across by SO, which we used to call it back in the day, across the bridge. So from river bank, we just walk across the river and go there, get our tube. And, we cut our tube like almost like a band, and get our plastic from the pot, which the pot used to be in tongue, of course. And we would put our drums together. And carnival time, we used to be doing our practice. The police used to be running behind us, but we do our practice. And so people like Ivo, Baltazar, Larry, Regan, Eustace Selborn, Ricky Campeche, well, one of them we used to call him Bakanek, back in the days. Bakanek was his proper name. And, so many of them and Herman, Williams, Junior, so many of them guys that used to be, right there. When we used to be doing our little lapo plastic, like experience. So that was part of the whole vibe going on, Yep.
What about like river? I mean, bathing in the river.
Oh, river was a really great experience. Of course, you have to have your catapult in your back pocket. You must have your catapult.
Right.
Yeah, and your marbles or your little pebbles. Of course, we used to go choose our little stones. And kuwilam. You had to be kuwilam. You must kuwilam. You check? Make sure we get our little plyboard.
What is lamb? Waves?
What is that?
Yeah, lamb.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And we used to have our little chant when we run in our kuwilam. We waiting for the wave, we'd pull up, waiting for our board, And we used to be singing a little song, man. Shall we voy lambama suple, pampalam, suple, pampalam. That was our little chant. Then the wave coming and we say, you see, shall we send a wave for us, I don't know what shall we, but now they say, well, maybe shall we, maybe it was the sea god or something, whatever it was. But we had a black man there across next side of the river bank, that is Betong, and we used to call him Shalwe, So a lot of people know Shalwe as familiar with Roseau, where we grew up in Betong. But of course, the other part of it is like taking our tube and going all the way under power and coming down. By that time now, that river was really a river. Right now it looked like a little ravine, a little stream, compared to that river, it was raging coming down. So we'd go all the way under power. But when you reach under the bridge, man, the current under the bridge used to be so really rough. I used to take my tube, roll it past there, and after now join back in Sikwi. So people are familiar with the area. Where Sikwi is. Yeah. So we take our thing there for Sikwi, and we roll down into the sea. But now when you reach in Jelbushiwi, you have to be careful. In the river mouth, where the sea meet the river, Jelbushiwi, right? Some people have Jelbushiwi, but no, it's okay. When we reach there, you have to be careful because you have to start to bank towards Betong. Because if you make the current take you straight out, it's going to shoot you direct right out, and it's going to really be hard for you to be coming back in. So as soon as you reach the river mouth, you have to be banking. So that was one of the experiences there with that Roseau River. And of course, you have to graduate. For you to go like Underpower or even Sikwi, you know, you have to start in Jelbushiwi. Then you go up a little higher under what we used to call the Old Bridge, which is the Isi Lowbrack Bridge. Then you qualify. Then you go up just a little higher before you reach Sikwi. Then you go to Sikwi. Then after Sikwi, you know, you go to Underpower. After Underpower, then you go in place like Champagne. So you had to actually graduate, you know. So that brings me right back to the whole vibes of bridging the generation gap, where we used to really connect and respect the elders, which of course you don't see very much of right now. For you to be in the company of the elders, then you have to qualify. You don't just sit in amongst the elders like that, you know. So I'll give you all a chance, like you, because I could roll just like that.
But Nigel, did you ever graduate? By the way, did you ever graduate in the River Vibes?
But of course, I mean, I born right in the center of Kennedy Avenue. I grew up.
So you used to go on the bridge, the old bridge, and jump on the bridge and jump down.
You have to go through the process. And when you finally get to Underpower, and then you used to jump from that.
Yes.
I remember
oh my goodness.
Like a stone, a big stone kind of thing.
Yeah.
UWI campus.
Yes, right at the back.
And you had to jump from there. And, you know, it's only those who graduated were able to get there. You know,
man, these were my days. Obviously,
yes,
I had no choice but to always be there.
Just listening to the way Raj telling the story, I was just listening to the way he's telling the story. It's almost like you can feel like there's a journey throughout the whole thing, and the way he's telling it, you know, like man,
that's why I want to connect Raj's story.
We're kind of missing out on some stuff.
Yes.
You know,
and Raj remembers so well, man.
Yes,
everything the man remember. You know, you had a stone with your name on it, Nara.
Yeah, well, you're sending me back to gardens right now. You put me in gardens now. No, it had a special tree. It's somewhat like a cactus tree. But you know, you have to write your name.
Yes.
And the person you think that is your boyfriend or your girlfriend.
And a little love heart.
Oh, definitely. You have to put a heart with the Cupid arrow passing through.
Yes.
You know, but of course you had to have your little area there. And I remember I broke my tooth, my front tooth, at 7 years old, and is in around Sikwi area. That happened to me. I remember I used to be diving like a real expert, man, you know, by the old harbor, by the gangway. That's before they moved to the new one on Woodbridge Bay. So where we used to be in town there, on the jetty. Of course, we used to be doing some fancy diving. Then, of course, I went to Sikwi there, but now so much big guys were in the water at the time, so I decided, no, let me go in the little pool area, which I did. And when I did that, when I dive, I scooped too late, man, and I knocked my front tooth, man.
What?
And that time now, I escaped from home. So I afraid to tell my mother, you know, I broke my tooth, because, like, who sent you there, you know, because you couldn't just leave and go to the river like that. And I mean, and that's what I used to do. Escape, you know. Escape to go Martini. Escape.
Yes.
That was another series.
You used to go Martini, yeah?
Oh yeah, man. Escape
so
to go Martini.
So and watch the kung fu and hit people while still sitting.
Oh well, the kung fu came in after. It came in after with which it was. It had a guy that came in. Tony Falcon came in. You know, I think that was the initial vibes of the karate stuff, the karate history. Then we start to get guys like Sen Ching and that other guy there, one-armed swordsman. Why I can't remember his name there.
Right, you just remember things with you.
One-armed swordsman there, man. Chen Sing. Yeah, so some of them guys there.
Right. Cannot see Raya, so
yes, because we're setting up something in the studio. So sorry about that.
So we're doing voice.
That could have been done earlier, but it's a vibes. Yes.
So basically that was it. Yeah. So but the movies that we really used to go and watch back in the day was more or less the gladiator movies and the cowboy movies. These were the main ones. So actually the others came in after, like the kung fu and stuff like that.
Okay.
Came in after.
Where used to go, in balcony or in pit?
Oh yeah, you had to be in pit. Well, first of all, is there your money could reach. Me personally, there's where my money could reach. I couldn't afford unless somebody back me. They back me and they tell me let's go house so I can cut a like a vary. But the real action actually was in pit. So you had pit, balcony, you had pit, house, balcony, and box.
I can remember box.
Yeah, box was there. Box was there. Box was a little higher than balcony.
Okay.
Yeah. So How I used to really get through with my matinee business now, I used to be waiting on a weekend, boy, when my people and them come from the country, come and do their little hustle back in the old market. So they come now, this one give me a 5 cents, this one give me a 10 cents, this one give me a 2 cents. You know, sometimes when I do make it, I'll use it to buy my frozen joints on a Sunday. But otherwise there, once you say I make that, well, for sure, Sunday I can go matinee, you know, because that was my passion, going matinee. I used to be going matinee. Well, of course, when they built the Arawak cinema, by that time I think I was in mixed school when they built the Arawak cinema. Yep. Yeah, something go off. Yeah. And yeah.
And you had your matinee clothes, of course.
Yes, oh yes, your Sunday best. Yeah, your Sunday clothes, you know. And the thing it was a little tight for me because I had like 2 pants, you know. 2 pants, 2 Sunday pants.
Yes,
I put one that Sunday.
3/4
Sunday,
short length, whatever.
No, long pants.
Okay, so
long
now
pants.
but you were crossing the river. You know sometimes you get a long pants, a hand be down and
No.
Oh, you are the correct length.
Yes, I had a long pants.
All right.
Though it had reached a stage where I get too tall, I get a little taller and I had to cut the hem. You check the hem that inside,
Yes,
so it have a
yes.
little length.
Yes,
so when you do
yes.
that then and try to, you know. But after a while I chicken boy, you know, have to be putting that same pants, that Sunday that one, that other Sunday that one. I chicken man like Juvenile, which you maybe know, and the other man have their nice little crimpling pants and stuff like that. I chicken boy, you know something. That Sunday I bust in a 2 back, you know, because I think they see me with that pants already. And they, you know, because you know when you go Catholic church, it's like almost like a fashion show. Everybody have their fancy mantilla, their kind of chapeau and kyang and all that, and you're looking good, you know. So
I mean, Ra, I don't want to interrupt you,
Yeah.
But naturally, I'm just looking at Ra. He just sits there and he just tells a story. I mean, effortlessly. He just goes from one to the other and it just tells about, you know, this man, you know. He's really a raconteur.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
to
skill
just...
of the skill
Wow.
of storytelling.
Wow.
It's definitely there with him, for sure.
It is.
You know, somebody was mentioning about, you know, the 5 Shaolin masters.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, that was one of the
with
favorite
Donkey and
movies back
Snowcone
then.
and all those guys there. Of course we had fellas like Soji Karada. Is Soji Karada? You had well after Jet Li, those guys there. Them guys were the Shaolin guys. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It had a couple of them. They were like kind of the name kind of elude me right now. I can't
I know.
Yes.
I remember my
But
kids'
you had to
stories
remember a
as well.
man like Chen Sing and
Yes.
the one swordsman there guy there. Yes. You had to remember those guys there because Chen Sing was one of the favorite guys, you know. Something about Chen Sing when you see Chen Sing. Of course, the great Bruce Lee. Who could forget great Bruce Lee, man, Enter the Dragon, man. You had to see that movie. If you didn't see that movie there, yeah, I mean, come on. You know, I'm talking about movies. You know, How Did They Come was one of my favorite movies. I bust a escape that night to see that. When my mother asked me, where you come out? Laosoti, should speak in Creole. Laosoti, I better, you know, that time it had a big tent on the Savannah. I tell a big tent I go. I know she didn't really believe me, you know. I think she just decided, you know.
Oh, which Savannah Ra was that big tent?
That was at Lindo Park.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's going to be the big tent. But I say, well, you know, I can't tell her, I fix up my story already. I don't have it in my mind. I can't tell her, well,
Ra will take a Matty, man.
I wasn't really matty, you know. I just had to let her know, well, it's there I go, you know. Of course, I passed there, but I didn't stay there. I went there. You know? I didn't stay there.
Yes, sir, boy.
Yeah, because I had to go and see that movie, man. Because I go and see it on the second night, you know, and I think it was like for adults, you know. It was because it had some hot parts in it, you know. I think maybe they edit it by now. Yeah, but How Did They Come? That's one of my real favorite movies. Apart from things like Sound of Music and so, but you know, How Did They Come? Something about How Did They Come? The story was really, I mean, something about the story and to watch Jimmy Cliff and to see guys like the guy that did that if you see them people that's called the Rasta Baby, Ras Hatman, I think they call him. He did that charcoal, charcoal drawing there. Yeah, man, you know, and that's remain, you know, for the Rasta movement that remains, and he was part of the movie, and he and his son, you know, because he drew his son, the Rasta Baby is his son, Mr. must be a real big man now, that are maybe our grandchildren and whatever. But you know, I really wanted to escape to see that movie there, you know what I mean, and to see you know, guys that work on the port, because my queen used to do a little hustles and, you know, sell little cakes and ice cream and stuff like that and bunja and thing like that on the port. And I see man like I don't even remember Elise back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, God rest his soul. I see the guy was in the movie, man, and I had to be ducking because no, Miss would see me and go and tell my mother, where I'm Gasson, I seen him and you know.
What were you called though, Ra, back in the day? Derrick?
Well, I got my name Ra. My brother called me Ra when I was like 7 years, so I had that name for quite a while.
Okay.
But they would call me Derrick, you know. People that really feel they want to call me officially, they call me Derrick, but most people are wrong, they would call me Ra.
I said Derrick doesn't sound like you know, it's a Ra.
Yeah, well, it sound raw. You see? But it's my brother gave me that name.
How did the Ra come about?
Well, my brother gave me that name. Back in the day, we used to go see movies like the Western movies, you know? And it seemed catapult stories. So fellas used to write their name on their catapult. Like I remember Andy Carter was Haratara. You see, his name was Haratara. So I say, well, you know, my name is Ramon Sparra. So my brother was the catapult. He said, your name not Ramon Sparra, man, any man. Take out my name on my catapult and tell me, man, your name is Ra. Ra is your name, man, Ra. And so you know, he was a bigger guy and you know, liming in Greenall. Of course, we want to touch Greenall. We touch Greenall in a little while.
Yeah, we'll bring on Greenall people, Nigel, by the way, for connecting the dots. Very soon.
Greenall, yeah.
Yes.
And you know, we went by Sikwi there, so now Andy, everybody there, yeah, Alanji, all those guys there, you know, Kobo, all them fellas there. I say, man, you see, Mr. name is Ra. And everybody just say Ra. So no, but I didn't really know what he meant by Ra because he used to spell it R-A. But I didn't like the R-A. To me, it was missing something. So I add the H.
How old were you around that time?
I was 7 years.
And you did not like the R-A? Even
at
like that time you could...
To me, it wasn't sounding like, it wasn't looking like Ra. But it's after now I do the research, I realized, but you know, Ra is actually the Egyptian sun god.
Yes,
you know, and now that have a different vibes. But now he's a more read person than me. Actually, he's a more of a writer than me. He was with Nats, of course, when we did Harambe. So he was in part of the writing team. And of course, he's a poet, you know, doing short stories. I remember back in the day of Steinberg Henry, he was a pal with Steinberg doing short stories and those kind of stuff like that. You know, so the writing skills, I cannot really boast of it. I just doing my stuff when I remember and I just write my thing, what rhyme, what. And now he would know more or less know what type of scheme that he using. You know, so he knows about that, you know. Because books and so, I only love like technical books. I never really like novels. Mills and Bones, Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew and all those kind of you know, and Hillary Quinn and all that.
Enid Blythe too and all of that.
Yes,
that books,
right.
so.
No, I was more into comics like Archie, Jughead,
right.
because the little bubble and I read in the bubble and I happy and I see the action already. So that I like that.
Boy, look at Ra. Ra is just really Nigel. I just love this. I could just sit down and just listen to Ra all day. There's that like I feel comfortable. That's a good way.
Yeah, that's all right. It's carnival.
Nice
Yeah, and of course, when you come with like books like I think it was like good research, like books like Jet and Ebony, because my brother would come down, you know, he
Jet
was the one bringing
magazine,
he would bring on all those stuff, and of course records, you know. That is when I got to know about Bob Marley and stuff like that, because he ordered a portion of records before even Bob was like that popular, and he ordered from England, you know, like Catch a Fire, Revolution, and quite a few of them, you know, before Bob did Natty Dread. And I was like going through that, you know. Some of them I kind of like it, some I didn't really like it, you know. But no, it was like a research to me. And of course, he had groups like Ras Michael and his Sons of Niggas. They were doing like Naya Bingi, because, you know, we was into drums and percussions. Saba. And of course, don't ask about groups like Osibesa, Olatunji. Not the Olatunji from Trinidad we know right now, but the real Olatunji. Mano Dibango, Yuma Sikela, Miriam Makiba, you know, Fela Ransom Kunti, you know, Tito Puente, you know, so I was exposed.
Oh, you see that Ra there?
Yeah.
Go on, Ra.
Yeah, I was exposed
but, you know,
to all that.
by the way, while I want you to sing, you know, even before the music, you know, you have to do an a cappella for us. And I see that thing coming there for me now.
All right, yeah, well, yeah. Well, if you want a cappella, I know first song I think of that song. Um, Without any life, can we preserve our culture? Oh no. When we keep on killing our fathers and our mothers, a house divided can never prosper. Oh no. Give us more reason to stick together. Most of us seem to forget. Keep the master them out of that. Planting, reaping in sorrow. Look, we now we down to zero. It's only when we unite as one, then a lot more thing can be done. Stop this useless fight down, killing off we own brother man. Time is right, time to unite. We have an enemy in disguise, standing right in the mix of you. Got to know who is who. That's one of my favorite tracks.
Yes.
And I mean the music behind this. I mean, to hear it without the music is nice.
Yes.
But there's a pulsating rhythm.
Yeah.
In that particular track.
Because I also do orchestration of my music. When I do it, I think of the orchestration, and that brings me right back to Daryl Toulon, and of course Keith Hagley. You, Nigel, would be maybe familiar with Keith Hagley.
Yeah.
Right? And Keith Hagley, I learned the practical, he teach me like the scales, and the fingering on the keyboard. But now Daryl Toulon now actually show me the classic part, because Arnold and his brother, his brother, the bigger one
Paul.
Just before him.
Yeah, Paul.
Paul. We're talking about Paul, right? As you know, Paul is really, in my book, Paul is really the artist. Paul Arnold pick up after Paul. And they were part of it. And so I used to go to their home and I would see Daryl, little boy, running them skills on the scene. But Daryl is a sixth grader in music. I'll be like, yeah. So a time I go to little Daryl, I say, Daryl, something I want you to teach me, I want you to teach me the keyboard. And so, you want me to teach you, little Daryl? There was a slim body little boy that time. He said, yeah, man, he could come. And that time was the little, the sister, Arifa, what's her name? This little sister. Not the bigger one, the last one after Daryl. Yeah.
Kind
of slipping me now. But
all right. Well, the little sister used to become a little troublesome, but now Daryl show me, how to watch the notes, and written, and to play one time, so like reading and play. But Keith was pure practical. So now, you have to big up those guys, because now they really show me. So now that in itself helped me to know the music, music like chords and them kind of a thing there. And like scales,
yes. Just thanks to Hazel and Rose and this Roberta.
Roberta, yeah. Right, Roberta. Yeah. Your little girl, yeah. But was a big girl now. Yeah, man. So that was it. But of course, after doing my research and understanding about percussions and so, because actually I'm a percussionist. Of course, which the drum set falls within the family, and also piano and any mallet instrument, xylophone as well, they're considered to be percussive instruments. They consider to be part of the percussion family. So I was right in there, so this kind of had me so in a way that I learned to orchestrate my music, And I remember back in the day going to the movies, man, and you go and watch a movie like Tarzan, and they show in a scene like a river, and I hear that instrument. Wow. I say, but what is that, man? But I didn't know it was called strings. So you could actually get it on a keyboard, but actually it was like violins. So they were considered to be strings, instruments. Wow. And I listened to that, I checking, but what instrument is playing that? And I would listen to things like Brooke Benton and the little intro. And so I said, well, what instrument is that? But finally I get to understand. It was a bit, I consider, kind of a late. That's when we had the band Earth, and we recorded and we realized, so it's somewhat like a Moog. It's like a Moog instrument, so then you could get the strings kind of a effect. So that's where I understand, the instruments and them, especially in the string family.
Yes, I. By the way, the music ready? We ready?
I don't know if we're ready right there. You good?
No.
Or the
What?
technician have to get it ready
Yeah, I
there.
want a little
So
All
jig
right.
there.
So while
Yeah.
the technician is doing that, right, in terms of the music,
Yeah.
you say, I mean, from 7 years old, you go there, Gaylords and Arawak performing.
Yeah.
In terms of the musical part of it now, playing instruments, did you always start off with the drums?
Yeah, drums is actually my favorite instrument because now growing up, you couldn't really come by a drum set easy like that, you know? So I fall in things like bongos, congas, vibra slap and all those kind of a little.
Kisa, vibra slap.
Yeah, the vibra slap, it making a noise like, when you hit it, it's called a vibra slap because it have a ball in one end and a thing like almost like a triangle, but it's made out of wood. Inside of the wood, inside of the two pieces of wood, there's something that it rattles like,
Yes,
so
sir.
when you hit the ball there, it's getting so it getting that kind of a vibration. It's like somewhat like the triangle that you play, but now it's made kind of a difference. So people that do the instrument there, it comes with illustration, so you have to have a little illustration to really. That's what I'm talking about. So it give that kind of a song. Then it have different percussive instrument like the wood block and agogo bells and all those kind of a things there. So that's what I could lay my hands on. And of course I realize now in Dominica, the percussionist wasn't really respected. They used to say, "Oh, come out there, you're just playing tok, you're just playing tok." So I check into myself, but what is that now, man? So when I start to really play out there, fellas really see is the difference. Of course, other groups like Swinging Stars that used to have like congas and really have a percussion section. But I do think some people were regarding it and respecting it and giving it the kind of a vibe. Because it's like the drummer was the main guy and the percussionist was like not really so important. But now if you listen to groups like Santana, Osibesa, you realize now the percussions is very important. So there's where it started with me. It started with the drums. And of course the vocals came in when, of course I was playing, then I just needed to, be a little more happy and see something. Because I used to be watching my mother sing. Because though my mother was Catholic, she went to a lot of the Protestant churches like Brother White, especially Brother White Church. And then she would be coming before all those kind of trust and obey, because there's no other way to be happy with Jesus is to trust and she cleaning her fish and stuff like that. Or she baking, and stuff like that. Or she washing and she'd sing a whole set of these songs, and she'd sing songs like Lily, Lily, come here. Philambo, come here. Philambo time, come here. But Kakarat, stay there. And a whole set of other songs. But the other part of it, where we stayed in River Street, because there was where I was born in River Street, we had two houses. One was where we had the bakery. That is where Moses used to be. And they call him Zimbabwe. He was baking there after. The property is now sold, fortunately, to the Chinese. And that bakery there was full of life because we raised up there with an how you call it now, nuclear family they call it. Is that
Extended or nuclear?
extended?
Okay, extended.
Yes. So the nuclear would be the mother and the father and the child, right?
Right.
Yes, and the extended. So extended.
Everybody.
So yeah, right. So you had a grandmother, grandfather, auntie, uncle, cousins, and that yard was always filled, So
And you were like a sponge. You were just absorbing everything you heard.
everything was happening there. I mean, so you had all, there was no generation gap. So there's where I learned to speak like Creole and stuff like that by just listening. Sotila. And of course, my mother would be talking to me in Patois. Derrick, see, yes, ma. Laukale outside. Because you couldn't respond in Creole.
Yes.
Yeah, so right there in that yard there, there's a lot of action going on there because my brother was just recalling to me because I was too small to remember that, and he was just reminding me of that they used to have the carnival practice inside of there because of course Ria and then my cousin and them, the grandmother was Madina selling farming cocoa and all that, so people that know the vibe of Higher River Street and tablet and all those kind of stuff like that. She had a little group where they would be singing and so on. Also, they had the lead vocals and the backing vocals, the château, the château, and the château, whatever they calling them, château, whatever. And so that means the lead vocal and the backing vocals, and they used to be practicing in the yard. So now every carnival they used to create their own song. So now right there now a lot of vibes was going on in there, you know. So now that thing have been in and around me. It's in my blood, it's in my DNA, you know. And first of all, we come out from Rosalie, and you know where Bala come from. So you know the Maureen blood is running
through.
Yeah, right through. Yeah.
Wow.
Rob, before we get into the music, I know we're trying to set up some music to go on. So when did the theater thing start? How did you get involved in theater?
Well, the theater started with Harambee, you know, because now in Harambee, the Harambee had a couple sections. We had the dance section where people like Heslin and Davina and so many other names, Connie, and so many of them, you know, and they were much older than me. And they had the dance section, then you had the theater section with people like Shirley Riviere. Of course, Shirley taught me in Goodwill School as well. Shirley was in that as well. So you had the theater, you had the dance, and of course my area, which is like the performance poetry. So we did things like that long before people like Gregory Arbes and Rasmo and those guys there. We went to that, actually born in that. So nowadays where it started, you know. So I remember when we did a workshop. I don't know if you're familiar with Robert Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that was my first communication with him. You know, I was really small, but we did a workshop with Robert Lee. In the parish hall it was at the time. And my brother was just reminding me that we had a workshop also with Rex Nettleford or something.
Nettleford, right?
Yeah. And of course Carl Ishmael. But I only remember Carl Ishmael when he came back, you know, the other time. But my brother was reminding me that we did stuff with him, you know. But you know, so small I didn't remember. I couldn't recall that. He said, "But yeah, but you were there, but you was too small to remember that." But I definitely remember Robert Lee, you know. But I didn't remember Rex, and I didn't remember Carl in the first instance. So nowadays where I had my first kind of a vibe with the theater. But now Harambee was a kind of a black conscious kind of a theater thing. So now days where we did a lot of African kind of dances, African songs with drums and all those kind of stuff there, you know. So days where it kind of really hit me even harder, you know, apart from my little thing I was doing by the riverside. Then after that, the group died off. So my cousin John Tousse, which is a vet, he wasn't a vet at the time. You know, he used to be part, of course, of PAT. So he used to be going to meetings on a Tuesday night, you know. So because Harambee had died off, you know, I tell him, you know, I want to come to your meeting, man, and see what's going on. I want to be in another group. So he took me that Tuesday night, you know. I was maybe about like 12 that time. And I became a member of People's Action Theatre. You know, I think they used to meet every Tuesday night about 7 o'clock. Yeah. And I went to that, you know, and Alwyn was there and always there. Yeah, and you're doing the exercise. Of course, I was familiar with Alwyn because he was the one I think that really brought down Robert Lee to Dominica when he had the workshop. And we attended the workshop as Harambee. So I was familiar with Alwyn, you know, but not on that level. Then, you know, of course, I wasn't like a major actor, but I did little roles and stuff like that. For people who remember me in like Ruler in Hirona when it had the first run with Gary as Jerry Mole and of course Einstein Libla. Of course, which Einstein and what's the other brother name? That always elude me. It was Einstein. I remember Einstein, but that's an easier name to remember. And the other brother, of course, was really close. He played a major role. Of course, with Benji Shillingford. That played a major role, right? Yeah. And of course, Ingrid Angol.
Of course,
Panman, of course, naturally. And all these guys there, you know. So that was part of the theater. And of course, I did things with Raymond Lawrence. I did drums with Raymond Lawrence in the early days because John himself was part of Kubuli dancers, together with people like Noreen was there, Patricia Luge, my cousin, and quite a few others that was in that group, with Raymond. And I did drums and percussions for them. Yeah. So that was my journey in that theater area.
Would you say, Ryan, I know we're going to set up the music, so once the technician ready and everything, but would you say all of those experiences, Riverside, tubing, catapult, theater, all of that was probably kind of setting the foundation for what was going to come later on in that in the world of Bouyon music?
Oh, most definitely, because growing up there, I was quite aware that I was going to do something different, because it was like some calling to me. Because, nobody taught me to play. I just pick up rhythm like naturally and stuff like that. Back in the day, we saw some chairs in River Street, in the second house, because we had 2 houses, And Nassif had some chairs with the kind of a plywood bottom. And I would set it up in like in a scale, and nobody teach me that. I just know, well, that one has a higher pitch, that one has a lower pitch. So I used to set about 6 of them. I would set it up and be playing that, It's after now when the drum machine came in, we start use the drum machine, I realized, but I wasn't doing something wrong. I was just doing it like automatically. So now I know it was like a God-given kind of a vibes, I know it's somewhat vibe of the ancestors that was inside of me, because I always feel that connection with Africa.
All right. I think the music is set up now, so we want to hear a lot from you, Nora, but as if I want some music there.
You want to hear some music?
Yeah, man. But even before the music come on, just tell me, I just want to go back to a question Nigel asked you as well. And I think you said your mother used to sing things like Lily, Lily, come here. Is your mother?
Yes, my
And
mom.
then you eventually put that in song.
Yeah.
Sing that line in that song for us.
Say, Lily, Lily, come here. Philambo, come here. Philamba time, come here, but Kakarat stay there.
There's too many cooks in Buoyon,
No,
right?
yes, pada, 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 da, 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 da. I do playing with somebody want to play with me. I do playing with, you see?
Right, you're not easy to.
Yeah, man.
Nigel, I remember when Ra came out with that song, well, of course, the WCK. Dimwe Kimun Ki. What again, Nigel? Finish the sentence.
Keep it man.
Nigel, what is that?
Demon Kimon Kipetela, man. Because you see, some people pay a lot of money to go to the doctor because they have the luxury of, enjoying themselves in that kind of a way. And I think it's something to celebrate. Because now when you cannot do that, then you have expense on your hand. But when you do that, you should celebrate, So I remember when I do that tune there, some people checking, boy, the music is not so nice. And you had the man singing on that. They didn't really accept it like that. But when that went to Guadeloupe, man, that was like a major hit, People just like and the emotion, of course, we had to talk about, well, we didn't reach to that part, but no, we had to big up man like Morris. Because when Morris dropped the rhythm and stuff like that, that was totally out of the world. Morris handling that machine, next man could do his stuff, but where Morris was with that machine, man, that was like night, bright day, and dark night.
But Nigel, someone like ran it like 5 hours, eh?
Oh yes.
Seriously, serious. There are so many questions I want to ask for her.
There are more questions than answers,
Man,
or maybe
so
there are more
questions.
answers than questions.
Yeah, and not just questions. Sometimes I want to get a feel of how, how it was for you back in the day. And we can go to WCK, of course, when you went to WCK.
Yeah.
And you all traveling.
Yeah.
And young guys traveling and always out and popular, and every country, wants a piece of WCK. How was that for you then?
Well, that was a really great experience. I could say that's one of the really joyous times because you were bringing Dominica to the outside world and being actually what the Discover Dominica was doing for Dominica. We were doing it on automatic. Inviting people to Dominica. And one of the greatest thing is that when somebody needed the band, they had to call Dominica to get the band. We weren't living, unlike other groups and the other genre, that you could get them on the outside. You had to call Dominica. You had to be calling, at that time it was...
You had to call it 448 number.
What was the area code there?
It wasn't always 767-448.
No, it was...
448 something.
Yeah.
No, it was a different thing, man. 809, man.
Oh,
all right. Okay.
809. Yes. something like that. And of course, then you come to 767 and stuff like that. You have to call 767 for you to connect with us. And we were doing that on automatic.
Wow. And by that time, you had the proper long pants. You didn't have to take out the hem. And
No. By that time,
the guy was fresh.
We used to be dressing guys at that time. Fellas that didn't have their things together, we used to buy stuff for them to dress them, to present them to the
Okay,
the
music
public.
man, you can start to strike up the music. By the way, what did you bring, Rob? Because we have to talk about that aspect of you as well.
Oh.
There's a lot we cannot cover on a program like that with you because of the duration.
Oh, yeah.
But what did you bring with you? And tell us about this.
As I say, the music, what we do is we bridging the generation gap. And as you know, we really preserving our generational wealth, That's what we into. That's what Bouyon music is into. Connecting, from the ancestors to the unborn. So all in between, we like Kamenti. When Kamenti used to have his son, and he sent in the river.
Like who?
Kamenti.
Who's coming? Who was
Well,
coming? That's why the characters in Roseau.
Yeah.
Okay.
For fellas that
Yes.
know Kamenti selling the shack.
Nigel, you remember Kamenti?
No, but it was there from it.
Yes, so
Okay,
Kamenti
I
used to
can
be there
remember that
sending
one.
in his anything there. When he had a kind of a circular net, when he send it there, anything he catch there, everything in it. So he could be lush, dummy, mealy, just name it. Everything there in one. So when he pull up his net, there's saki fet, but at catch. So that was it there. So that's the whole vibe about it, to connect. So now what we doing there now, we going to, like we were saying in a different program, the relay is on, so we
Passing on that
we're
bounce,
passing on the whole vibe, we preserving the generational wealth. That's what we're doing there. Pack it in our port, pack it in your
Where
Port
Dominic
Dominic Hodno. In culture, in everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. We don't making them hijack nothing. Yeah, we're making sure that it stays within, every aspect.
Nice.
Yeah.
And of course, it's easier now because back in the day when you would have started, and even before you all started WCK, I mean, the musicians would have to carry a lot. But now it's
Very easy.
Just see how simple it is.
Very easy. Before, you used to be having to drag your sound system. You have to get a truck.
I know.
You have to get fellas to carry. So,
Nigel, you remember back in the day
Yeah.
when our technicians had to have a long antenna?
You're right. So that was it. But now, gone are the days for that. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. Even when the cell phone came in, they say you have to stretch the antenna for you to get reception and all kind of a thing. Right now, it's not like that, With the antenna, no antenna now. So that's how it is. So we're moving from generation to generation, and that's what we're doing now. Making sure that we preserve the culture and make sure the culture pass on, in its original form. So the next generation can get the vibe.
Niceness.
Yeah.
Niceness. Okay, so you music man, you can strike out the music.
Yeah, we can hear. Yes, I. That mic, which mic we singing in there? Which one? That one there? That one there. Okay. We have two mic. Yeah, man. I see the nong, Yes, I. Okay. How you feeling? Yeah, man. Yes, I. Yeah, man. For carnival, everybody asking. Really coming with a rocking. Carnival, everybody asking. Really coming with a rocking beat. Keep the band coming. This is a real thing. Don't get left behind. Come in the front and wine. When the band start, no place to relax. People from east, west. Ha! We go jam the music, Buoyon connection. We go ram the music, Buoyon connection. We go bounce the music, Buoyon connection. Ram in the center, jam on the side. Yes, sir. Yeah, man, play, man, play. Yeah, man. Yes, sir. Okay. All right, hear me now. Now everybody coming in a jam, rocking and swinging in a Buoyon pattern. Everybody chucking, rocking all night. Now first we now fight the music. Let the Buoyon light. Yes, I bounce down. Go jam the music. We go jam the music, Buoyon. We go ram the music, Buoyon. Ram in the center, jam on the side. Ah! Yes, sir. That's right, man. And whoa. This is Carnival. How you feeling? Yes, I. Yeah, man. Take it to them. Oh. Take it to them. Huh? Yes, I. That's right. Yeah, man. Sounding good. Looking good too. Yeah, man. I can see you. And you. And you. Yeah, man. You good, man. Looking good. Yes, I. Take it to them. Yes, I. Work the keyboard, man. Work the keyboard. Take it to them. Yeah, man. That's how we're doing it. We're bridging the generation gap. Yeah, man. Take it to them, boy.
Right, sing the part about the left mode is connected to the whatever mode.
You want that? Boy. Yes, I. She wanna party and going like that, yeah? That's alright. Trombone connected. Me guitar connected. Drum set connected. Me saxophone connected. Jam them. Jam them. Jam them. Jam them. Yes, I jam them. Jam them. Jam them. We bouncing now. Yes, I. Yes, I. Yes, I. Yes, I. Yes, I. Yeah, man. Yes, man. You're getting some real original stuff there, right there, you know. Yeah, man. Never played before. Yes, I. All right. That's what we do. Yeah, man. Take it on a different level. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Station. Yeah, man. Right now, I dancing on a chair. Yeah, man. Come on, get your chair. Let's
come
go.
on, Dim. Come on, dance, man.
Yeah, man. Looking good. Yes, I. Yes. This is for all the supporters out there. Love you. Yeah, man. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Yes, I. Yes, I. Live and direct in the studios. All right. This is one of my favorite tracks, eh? Yeah, man. Yes, I. How you feeling? I'll be going like this. Hear me now. The roof is on fire. We don't need no water letter. Okay, behave yourself. All right, behave yourself, man, out there. I know what you want to say, but no, careful. Once again, the roof is on fire. We don't need no water letter. Oh my gosh. Right now, we're going straight to the verse. Hey. Yes, I. Looking good. This is Carnival. Carnival. Ooh, mama. Yes, I. Listen. Ever since a small, I want to be jump for Carnival. Beat the Stillman and the Iron Water Festival. People eating and they drinking when we beat the drum. All they want to know is the refrain. And they sing that song now. Eh, Carnival arrivé. Tout le monde a qu'à sauter. À nous aller souper. Yeah, laissez ta moule en rouler. Tout le monde a qu'à sauter. À nous aller souffler. Aïe, aïe, aïe. Yes, I looking good. Yeah, man. I love you. I know you love me too. Yeah, man. Never see so much people gather in one function. All they know they come to party for the celebration. People eating and they drinking when we beat that drum. All they want to know is the refrain and they sing that song. Carnival what we be. Yeah, laissez ta boule en rouler.
Yes, yeah, man. Scientists at work. Yeah, man. Looking good. You looking good, girl. Looking good, Yes, Are we ready? Ready? Level. Let's go. Huh. Ha. Yes, bounce it. Yes, Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yes, take it to them. Yes, level. Yes, Yes, hot. Yes, Carnival Saturday it is? Yes, man. Yes, Sam Digwa? Yes, not Zebgwa, Sam Digwa. Yes, and it goes like that. Tit for tat, butter for fat. If they hit you, do them back. Tit for tat, butter fat. Ha! Yes, Tiggity dan ding day. Tiggity dan ding day. Jam. Let's go. I say yeah, we gonna I say yeah, we setting up till we want say. Some like it hot, some like it cold, some like it in the pot. Some like it hot, some like it cold, some like it in the pot. Ha! Tiggity da ding day, Hear me now, yes sir. Everything them have them trash it way. Never save it for a rainy day. Let's all unite, we only need. Let's get rid of all this thing called greed. People feeling so much pressure, like they're burning up in fire. Some are crying, rescue me, please hold on to life. Yes, Hear me now. Dominicans wanted to show to flam. Dominicans wanted to show to flam. I say yeah, we come on to go on crazy. I say yeah, we sweating up till we want say. Some like it hot, some like it cold, some like it in the pot. Some like it hot, some like it cold, some like it in the. Take it away. Ra, ra, udidi, ra, ra, ra. Yes, go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Tigidika. 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 Here we go. We're going to rally now. Rally round the flag. Rally round the flag. Rally round the flag. rally round the flag. Red, gold, black and green. Red, gold, black and green. Red, gold, white and black and green. Red, gold, black and white and beam. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Sounding good. I love it. Yeah, man. Oh, rah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Looking good. Representing Bouyon music. Take it to them. Yeah. Yeah, man. Big up all the visitors on the land. We love you. Yeah, man. All the locals, the diasporas coming back in. We love you. Yeah, man. Say, Shan. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Hands in the air. On the hey, hey. Rah. In the air, on the hay. Rah. Yes, sir. In the air. Rah. Yes, sir. We connecting the dots. Yes, go. Let's go. Big up Nigel. Yeah, man. Big up Ivona. You did. Let's go. And big up all the people listening to the show right now. We love you. Here we go. Tigidika, 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 tigidika. Hear me now. We not got persecution no more. Cause it was done slaughter. We not go work for the slave master. Them a sucking and we blow. Them a build them strong city. On sweat and tears, blood money. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Open up, open up. Moses uses rod and safety. Open up. Shackle of your mind, shackle of your body. Open up. Free your minds and free your body. Open up. I see Pharaoh. Set my people free. Jailward officer. Petty bourgeois. Only one mongers. We're gonna close it up. Close it up, close it up. Run up Babylon, run on quickly. Close it up. Free your minds and free your body. Close it up. Babylon no longer mystery. Close it up. Oh my gosh. Yes, I. Here we go. Hands in the air. Freedom time. Let's go. Ra. Power to the people. Let's go. Yes, I.
Yes, I. Yes, I. Yes, I. Derrick. Peters.
Yes,
yeah. Nigel, I sweat in there, boy.
It's stopped now?
Yes, boy, yeah. Take a sweat there. As soon as I tell Dean, let us take us ourselves on camera.
I come out from the chair and burst a sweat and run back.
Dean was busting a sweat, we. Imagine.
I can imagine. Man, listen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Before it's end and before it's all over, my brother, you are blessed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you continue to show why you have that given talent and to use it in the best way possible. I know of late many people have been saying the godfather of Buoyon. I don't know how you react to that. There's a godfather of Kadas, and the godfather of this and that, but they call you the godfather of Buoyon music. How you feel about that?
Well, the godfather, I think maybe it's going because of I name it, give the genre its name. But also, it's not just the name, it's the concept, the whole idea of how it should go by, the ingredients using, of course, our local music, which our indigenous music, which is the lapokabit, the bele, and the quadrille. But, of course, the whole idea of the fusing the music together, which is a a mixture, you know. It's a potpourri. So that's hence the name Bouyon. That's why I came up with the name. But before that now is like bringing the different rhythms together and getting them to really work with one another. So you're not only limited to just like cadence, but you know, the hip hop, you know, reggae, dancehall, you know. I mean, you see what Afrobeats is doing now, but no, we were a little ahead of that, you know. But it was just we and the powers that be now to really put their strength and their efforts and whatever it takes to make it really happen, because it's not only limited to just the musician, because it works for the tourism department, it works for culture, it works for so much different areas of our growth as Dominicans, you know. And of course they were talking about the national dish, and we have so much we could talk about, but instead of calling it whatever they call it, what? The national dish, they call it some name.
Oh, not you mean Dominica's national dish?
Yes. I think you see, it's so difficult, but no, it's so easy to call it Bouyon, because now Bouyon is so much of a strong word. It have the culture and so much things to go for it.
It's
you know,
a kalaloo.
We that call our national. That's my humble little opinion, and I mean I'm not that smart guy, you know, but no. If you had called it the Bouyon, it has so much things. Like, for instance, Jamaica, they take their thing, they have their football team, they call it the Reggae Boys. Now, that is a way of marketing. That's to do with tourism, you know. Is that?
So you're saying we can seriously consider that?
Yeah,
take it to Parliament and
call
it a Bouyon.
Yes, like, because I think they call it whatever it is. Whatever it is.
It's a kalaloo, no?
Kalaloo, or whatever, something kalaloo. A kalaloo, which I find kalaloo. Everybody a kalaloo making it, but when you're Bouyon, you know, it's something about Dominica. We have Bouyon music, and we have the food, the Bouyon, and it was so much of a perfect opportunity to do that. But anyway, you know.
I'm just thinking, Amra, I mean, look at where your young days has brought you. So I'm just going back to some of the things that you said from very early, even when you were named Ra and R.A. You didn't like the R.A. You felt that there should be something after it, another alphabet after. And from since that tender age, and you just kept following that path, that journey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
People just have to hear your story.
Well,
because it's one thing to see a talent on stage and see Ra, you know, especially when Ra was in his heyday, and Ra is still, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, Ra, you really look well as well. I must say that. I
give all thanks to the Most High for having me in that kind of a way.
But to hear your story, how it started, and to hear you talk about your mother singing Lily, Lily, come here, and to hear you talk about that guy with the net and they're sending the net in the sea and anything that comes up. So all that, you would documented all of this.
And
you put so much of these things in song.
Because even when we were small, going around town troubling people, I sure
Charlie
Nigeria
Moore,
would be part
Charlie
of that.
Moore,
trouble people and running wrong. ABC and all those kind of guys are troubling them and running.
Wow.
Margaret Susset, a whole bunch of them, you know, we should be harassing them, but because at the time we didn't have TV and all that, so that's where we were getting our like entertainment, you know.
You miss so much. What do you miss? What do you really miss? These days,
what do I miss?
More the community togetherness, or what exactly?
Oh, that too, where we were really like
playing with the band. What do you really miss?
I miss togetherness. I miss love. I miss empathy. I miss honesty. I miss humility. I miss those, you know, those these times and where we really care about one another. Where, you know, it takes a village to raise a child and those kind of things there, you know. That's why I try my best to document those type of things that really had an effect on me, on my life, to put it in song that it will live on. Because you look like a person like Bob, because I grew up on Bob as well, and with the Wheelers, you know, Peter Tosh, Bonnie Wheeler, Bob Marley, Ashton Barrett and Carlton Barrett, those guys there. And their whole vibe, you know, you listen to a Bobby song, they come out like a while ago, you know, and that was my whole thing there, you know, to have a song that always sounds fresh in the instrumentation, the orchestration, and the lyrical content, you know.
What about those days, right? I don't want to rush you, know, but I'm looking at the time. What about those days? WCK, First Serenade, RSB, and the other bands. How was that time for you?
Well, it was a real special time for me. and knowing some of the guys that the bands that they came from before and how they really developed. I remember when I listened to Serenity Time and we used to be laughing them fellow shoes and the way them man was dressing and thing and the way they sung then and so. But you know what really catch me there is Eric. He wasn't looking at what, you know, if he stick he used to have a white kind of a shoe. A kind of a cock-up kind of a white shoe.
Ravi really...
Yeah, playing his keyboard.
When it comes to details, Ravi look at everything.
Yeah, I watching him there and I checking, Mr. looking. But the way the man was playing, you know, he's kind of a rhythm pattern. It was a little different. You know, to compare with my keyboardist. I was listening to my keyboardist, so he was there, but no, the kind of a rock kind of a attack that he had, you know. And of course, them guys from RSB. I remember when them man they just come out there, you know, my brother and myself, we was on the wall. We were staying in Kings Lane there. I see a band coming, man. I hear a kind of a brass. I say, but you come and see a band there, and we start to laugh. But that was them anytime they're growing up there because they had a little horn section. And they already figured they had a tight horn section. Well, it was a kick. It was a kick for me. It was a kick for me. It was a kick for me. But no, finally they start to develop into themselves and stuff like that. And of course, I remember Ignitions back in the day, bands like Refuse to Supervise with them man and stuff like that. And I remember when
Rough and Ready, Effects and those
those guys. But that was after when we came into like I'm developing into to Bouyon music. But no, we had group like Earth. That is where I made my debut, and we recorded in 1979 in Guadeloupe. That was my first album recorded by Debs in Guadeloupe. And you should know what type of song that we had there. And we recorded the first Cadas. My first Cadas album after my first recording, professional. Yeah, what is 1979. You know, so that's like another part of it, and is a lot to talk about actually.
Nigel, I tell you, there's some guests we just have to bring back. So we have to we have to pencil in Ra for another day.
We'll be wrapping up. We'll be wrapping up. Almost done wrap up.
Yeah.
WCK days, Rano, future Bouyon music. Will we ever see Ra WCK again, or Ra have his own band thing, or Ra doing a different vibes with Bouyon music now? What's going on?
Well, actually, all that is in the mix, you know. All what you're saying there is in the mix, and I like all what you say. That's no, but right now, what we're concentrating on is like Ajmal has his band. As my son who was playing the keyboard there a while ago, he has his band, which is Inner Core Unit. You know, he had other band before. When he was more like quite younger, but right now he has his band now, Inner Core Unit. They release a couple stuff like that. So now I'm more or less concentrating on bringing out some, you know, more fresh artists. Of course, we work with the little guy DJ Zaya. You know, he had a song called Generational Wealth. Yes. Yeah, well, Asmal produced the song for him. It was recorded in Buoyon Kitchen Studios. So that is the kind of things, you know, I really into right now. Bringing people as much as I can, because while we had the group, while I was in the band there, WCK there, my whole idea was to bring in as much people, because the band alone couldn't already carry the genre. Because if you hear Serenity at the time they say, oh, they was playing kind of a zouk or whatever they say they was playing, they wasn't into supporting the vibe. But after they realize what's going on and, you know, they jump into it and start to support it. So my role was actually to bring in as much people as I could, individuals or band, encourage them, you know, to play Bouyon music so now the genre could take off the way you see it taking off there. Yeah. Because back in the day, I remember a particular guy say, oh, you can't climb up that mountain again, you finish with that and stuff like that, you know. So then it had a little reshuffling in the band and so bringing some other talent and stuff like that to get the vibe going. And when they came back now, they say, oh, they play in the soca, they could play in this and they could play for the governor balls and all kind of a thing, and or the prime minister, whatever, and stuff like that, and they versatile and they not really interested in so much in Bouyon music. But they realize how strong Bouyon music is now. They run quick back now and, you know, claiming whatever. But, you know, such is life. You know, the whole vibe is to keep on getting Bouyon music growing. You could see how it's taken over the Caribbean and the world by extension, and that's what we're interested in, you know, seeing the vibes happen.
Yeah, man. Wow. Nigel, we have to end. But yes, I really enjoy this thing, man.
Because we have a second story to tell.
Wow.
Yes, we have to get it.
I know a lot of people were enjoying the music. I'm sure Winnie Green, she was taking her foot. Nigel, what is the book saying? By the way, quickly, let's
No, if
go
you
1
go back
minute.
to the book is too busy today. If
Okay,
you go back
so-
on the book there and check the comments, you will see everything there. But the book is very,
But
very,
but
very
our people are here, right? The
yes,
regular
yes. Our
family,
people are
Jones,
there.
Joe,
Alvin
Alvin
Thomas
Thomas.
was late, but Alvin, he was late.
Justin
but he was
Tabanis
there.
and all the
Terry
others.
Oliver Chimarie,
All
good
right.
morning to you. You were there. I mean, Bino, sorry. You were there. You know, the book has been going crazy. So
Well, I can hardly look at the
you
book
know,
because I can't put
Jen,
up my
Jennifer,
head.
see you later. You were there. That's nice to know. Shil Jules and everybody. Snapper Laura. It's the book has been going crazy and everybody been jumping up too. So you know, we appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Nice,
Definitely
nice
so.
vibes. Wow, Nigel. Yes, sir, boy. See your time there.
Shaman, Richard
Yes, sir.
Lewis, enjoying every beat. All the way
We can
from-
get a little bit again. The music off already.
Oh, yeah,
Boy,
yeah.
so
okay,
we can
all
get
right.
the
We
link before
boy.
we
I
leave.
want
Now
to
we
go
need
on
to-
there.
Put back on, Ash?
I need to go on
Plug
there.
already. What kind
Ah,
of
he's
music
alright. He's
that-
okay.
Yeah,
He's
you put
okay.
up already, yeah,
He's
yeah.
okay. Let me see if
Oh,
I can
yeah,
get a
plug
WCK
already,
there. Yeah, boy, on that.
Yeah.
No
Because
problem,
actually,
no problem.
actually,
But
what we
right,
need,
listen, man, I mean,
what we
really
need is now we
appreciate the
freshen up the
connection.
beats, you know, freshen
Thanks
it
for
up, you
coming
know.
through, connecting the dots.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that, and we definitely have to have a part two because there's so much more we have to, you know, talk about otherwise and you know,
Yes,
the rest
yes.
of the music and
Sure.
where you want to see Buoyon going, your take on individual artists like Ace and the others that's you know
Yeah.
doing
So
their
next
own
time,
thing
yeah.
and so
Yeah,
on
yeah.
and so on and so on. So, well, it was nice connecting, man. Appreciate it.
Well, most definitely, I want to thank you all for bringing me on the program and such a special time, you know, on Samedi Gua. And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate being in your company. And of course, there's so much that we need to really touch on. And, you know, as you know, then I have a novel, you know, quite a bit of things we want to talk about. And I think sometime you should invite my brother Lionel Leslie on the program because he would have quite a bit, you know, to talk.
All
know,
right,
I
okay.
should
Yeah, we
connect
have
with.
so many musicians as well we want to bring on Nigel.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, Fred Nicholas, and
Yeah,
I was at an
Freddie,
event
yes,
the other
yes.
day, and I hooked up this guy. He told me he has been here for a while. Very much instrumental back in the day in Kadas music. I just can't recall his name right now. But yeah, there's a lot we want to do, you know, to bring in the art form and talk about how it was before, how it is now, and how we can, you know, propel that art form going forward. But yes, we have to end. Ra, let me thank you so much for joining us. It was really a pleasure. Yeah. Maybe I can say it was really a pleasure. I can hardly measure, to use a line of Ted Daly.
Yes.
And I know, of course, you're accustomed with this kind of lines, right, Ra?
Yeah, well, I was just about to add this a treasure.
Ah. All the best to you, man.
All right, then, thank you very much. Yes. Yeah.
Nigel, we'll do it again next week, God willing.
Yes. We connect again. We'll link the game next week. Happy Carnival to you. Enjoy. Take your food.
Yeah, I'll see. Well, I'll tell you about it. I'm staying home, though.
All right.
All right, take care.
Audience come, let's jump the thing like a boom boom. Bouyon rhythm got the youths them in 90. Play the quad from you just like a shock. Hold the lady wrong her waist and just roll back. Play the tambal on your knee just like Baba. When the music hit you, man, just a go wild. Give me a little melody and it pure. Everybody calling it the accordion. Now give me the bouyon. Bouyon music control the greatest time. Watch them daughters balancing the short line. See our next one bounce it back in its skirt. And them man are watching the white alert.